All these vehicles, it doesn't matter what vehicle they are, they're all expensive, they're all important to my clients. The last thing I'm gonna do is damage a vehicle in here. That's the mistake I see people making when they're washing their cars. Hey, it's Bill at Immaculate Paint Protection. Welcome back to the shop. Today we're gonna wash up a 2025 Corvette Z06. Just came in the shop, 288 miles on it. We're gonna show you our exact process on how we wash and maintain these Corvettes, all these high-end cars here at Immaculate Paint Protection. We gotta do the prep wash first because we're gonna do full body paint protection film on this Corvette. So we're gonna cover every piece of paint on this Corvette with the PPF. I'm gonna do the wheels and the tires first because the wheels and the tires are the dirtiest part of the vehicle. We're gonna use Gyeon foam today. There's about 3 ounces of that into the bucket. It doesn't make sense to get all this white paint nice and clean, come back in, clean this up, and then get all that dirt splashed up on the clean white car. The chemicals we're going to use today, we're using Gyeon iron wheel cleaner. So we're going to spray Gyeon iron wheel cleaner on here. We're going to spray that on. First things first, so you need to check. If this was the carbon ceramic rotors on there, we wouldn't be using it on there. It's going purple, that's all that brake dust. So let's spray the Gyeon tire cleaner on the tires. Let's let the Gyeon tire cleaner set up for 2 to 4 minutes. Now we're gonna pull out our super soft boar's hair brush. We're gonna use this on the wheel faces so we don't scratch up the nice gloss black rims here. I've seen a lot of people that make this mistake. They wanna use this side of this. The tips is where the cleaning action. Go in there, let's get the lug brush. With the brake rotor, we can get that cleaned up. And then we're gonna come in, we're getting all these little fillets. Let's use the barrel brush now. Look, we always want to inspect our tools. We want to make sure that this rubber tip is on there. If that rubber tip comes off, there's metal underneath there that scratch up your rims. You don't want to do that. So always inspect your tools before you start. But this is how we're going to keep these wheels looking super nice, super tight. This is our fender well brush. We'll use the fender wells if there's a plastic fender liner. There's a plastic fender liner on the front of this Corvette. This back wheel, some type of like carpet-like composite. So the best way to get that clean is with the pressure washer. So we won't use the fender well brush on the back. We can just jump to our nice tire brush. The tire brush is a little bit smaller, stiffer bristles, but not so stiff that it'll scratch up the paint. This is when you roll up to the car show, Cars and Coffee on Saturday, Sunday morning. It's little points like this that's gonna make your car stand out. This is why we wash the wheels and tires first, because if we had washed the body of the car down, now we get this on there, we're gonna have to come back and wash this again. So by washing the wheels and tires first, we're more efficient, we're saving ourselves a couple steps, and we're avoiding unnecessary work. Get the floor clean at this point. This deep purple we see on the floor right now, that is all the dissolved iron. It's been lifted off the wheels. We're gonna rotate the wheels and tires 180 degrees. We're gonna wash the wheels one more time. We're gonna do a ceramic coating on the wheels later on. So I wanna make sure these wheels are super, super clean. Now the wheels and the tires are done. We've gone across them twice. We've rotated 100 degrees. Now let's move into Gyeon tar. So Gyeon tar is going to do exactly what it says. If there's any road tar on this Corvette, it's going to get it off. The road tar is those black spots that are on the side of the vehicle. The nice thing about the Gyeon tar, it's going to release that, soften up, so you don't have to scrub super hard. That's the mistake I see people making when they're washing their cars. See that? It's like loosening up a little bit already. So I'm glad we're using tar on this. Okay, I got to get another bucket. Go to the secret stasher. It's actually not that big of a secret, right? It's a bad secret, but let's talk about this section right here, right? So this is right in front of the wheel arch. Front wheel is kicking some stuff up here. You can see the spray pattern here. So the dealers are notorious for it. They'll just get a heavy concentrated tire shines wet. It just goes all over the place and causes a mess. The point is, if this stuff's getting kicked up through here, where these big sticky tires are going to grab all that gravel, all that grime, it's going to spray it up, and that's what's going to start destroying the paint. These are the areas to look for. That's where you're probably going to need PPF. So we've got tar sitting up on the vehicle. Now let's let that set up for 1 to 2 minutes now. While that's going on, let's use Gyeon Bug and Grime next. Bug and Grime is going to get the bug spots off. That's the nice thing about this Gyeon system. The jokes write themselves here, guys. If you got bugs on the front of your Corvette, use Bug and Grime on it. Here's the mistake people are making though, is they're gonna drive all summertime with these bugs on there. That bug acid is gonna etch the paint. So we're gonna pour Gyeon foam into the foam cannon here now. How much are we gonna pour? Just by guessing, by God. Foam cannon, let's test the connection. Away from the car in case the foam cannon's loose, it'll blow off, it'll blow against the door, blow against the floor, not a problem. We don't want it blowing against the car. Now you don't need to have a foam cannon, you don't need to have a pressure washer. The foam cannon and the pressure washer is really fun to use. It's the best part of the job. It's just satisfying here watching the foam go on. Now the reason we're using the foam is it's gonna come in, it's gonna break up and dissolve the dirt, dissolve the mud. What we want to do is we want to loosen all that dirt up. We want to loosen all that sand up. If we flush off all the sand, we're not going to swirl the paint. That's where a lot of the swirl marks come from. Hey, at this point, if you're digging the foam cannon right now, this is the most fun of the job. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the bell notification, come back, watch more of these foam videos. We got a whole bunch of car wash videos here. Check our website at immaculatepaintprotection.com for more foamy action for yourself. Once we see the foam start breaking up, dissolving off the vehicle, that's when we know to rinse it off. Wow. So the car is foamed up, rinsed off. Let's go into the iron decon step. Now, are you gonna do this every wash? No, you're not gonna do this every wash. Are you gonna do this once, twice a year? We can already see that there. See, look, it's all going purple. Look, we foamed this down, we've rinsed this off, it's clean. The iron's not on the paint, it's on the paint, and then it starts burying into that clear coat. I'm really, really glad we're doing this right now. It usually takes a couple minutes for it to go purple if it's on there. If you're spending a lot of money on a ceramic coating or PPF, make sure your installer is taking the time to prep it right. What's surprising is all the iron that's coming off the vehicle right now. These cars, when they're shipped from the factory, they have essentially a full-on car cover. In shipment, they're covered up, but you know, when does this happen? Well, what happens when the vehicle's built and leaves the assembly line, right? So they're not going to store these cars outside in Kentucky at the factory. It's going to sit out in an environment. Rail dust, iron dust will hit on the car. There was a ton of iron on these wheels. So the iron can get kicked up on these wheels, land on the paint. So now's our time to get this off the vehicle. See all the iron coming up, it's going purple. That's what's satisfying about it. I'm seeing something happen that I honestly didn't know how much iron was on this vehicle when I grabbed the bottle and put it on. And when I don't see it go purple anymore, I know the car is going to be super clean. That's fun in and of itself. That kind of makes this part of the job enjoyable too, that you can see that something's working. What I want to do is I want to get close up on these seams here. Now, if you got PPF in your car, don't get so close that you blow water underneath the PPF. But I want to get through, I want to flush these seams out really good. That's where that iron can kind of hang out. Now we got a rubber tip on the pressure washer here. We have a rubber tip on here to protect the paint. All the vehicles, all these vehicles, it doesn't matter what vehicle they are, they're all expensive, they're all important to my clients. The last thing I'm gonna do is damage a vehicle in here. Once we rinse it off, we'll do another test section. If it goes purple the second time, we'll spray the whole car down the second time. We're gonna keep doing this until it doesn't go purple anymore. That means all the iron is off the vehicle. Let's just do one more test section. As soon as we start seeing purple come out, we're gonna spray the whole car down again. So we're gonna determine if we need to do a second application of this. Oh, that went quick. It already went purple, so let's just spray some more on here. Hey, thanks for sticking around. We're finally to the point most people would consider the car wash, but we've got a lot of steps done. So first off, we got the 2-bucket method wash. So here we have this grit guard in the bottom of the bucket. We've got everything off the Corvette. We've gone through all this prep work. We're gonna take some precautions to do it right. We got the red bucket. The red bucket means stop. The green bucket means go. Get some soap. It's got Gyeon Bathe in here. It's super lathery to the car. Now, what we're gonna do here is I'm I'm gonna try to follow the body panels, but I'm doing linear motion. So back and forth. We're not doing the Karate Kid nonsense. I'm gonna flip it, get to a clean side, never gonna go side to side. I'm trying to overlap by 50%. The reason I'm going straight line motions, the swirl patterns that are getting in the vehicle, those are more noticeable to the eye. Now, we're gonna have self-healing PPF on here, so that's really not gonna be a concern. In the red bucket here, I got 2 of these bigger microfiber wash mitts. Order operation is we're gonna dunk this in, we're gonna go section by section, panel by panel. You know, if you're thinking about ceramic coating, if you're thinking about finding an installer for ceramic coating, you know, find out the product they're using. So what happens is my clients come back, they're like, wow, that soap, that product's amazing, I really like it. So the next question is, well, then what do you think the ceramic coating is gonna do for you? I like having one company that I know all their products are great. It just simplifies the wash process. You know, there's a lot of great products out there. I know the Gyeon stuff works for me in the shop, works for my clients. I have a small cuffed wash mitt. I use this at the rockers, the lower areas, door jams. We're gonna do this at the very end of the job. 1, it's small, I know I can get in those areas. And then 2, I know that it's a different wash mitt. There could be some dirt, there could be some grime that's gonna scratch and swirl the paint up, and we're not gonna move that all over the car. This is the final rinse step. So at this point of the rinse, we wanna get all the soap off the vehicle. So we're gonna flush the seams out here. When I see the water go clear at the top, I move on to the next section. All right, let's dry the car up. We're all ready to go. We're gonna use our Gyeon silk dryers, towels now. There's 2 sides to it. The side with the fingers, that's called the nap. That's gonna come and it's gonna suck all the water up. The idea here is we're gonna lay it on the car and just drag it across real gently. You wanna have high quality towels, guys. You got an expensive car like this, you got an expensive truck. Don't spend $160,000 on a car and then try to dry it off with a 50-cent towel. Let's talk about towel technique right now. I wanna get my hands in, I wanna anchor it off. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna push the towel up on the flat surface and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna just start dragging it on. I don't wanna have it here and have it drag all over the wheel, drag all over the tire. These tires are still sticky. They're so sticky, they're so soft. For the racetrack, I guarantee you there's gravel on there. There's some gravel, there's something. I don't wanna pick that up off the tire and drag it all over the paint and scratch the paint. We're gonna use these black towels now for the wheels and the door jams. They get washed every time. We wash all the microfiber towels with cold water, low heat, so they don't get all crunchy. Then we don't fold the towels, we inspect the towels, we lay them on the table back there, make sure there's nothing in the towels that will mar up the paint, scratch up the paint. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you found this entertaining. Hopefully you found this educational. If you want to find out more information, check us out at immaculatepaintprotection.com. We got a full guide on there to break this process down. If you're getting into it, you want to know how to wash your car, your truck the right way, check our videos out. That's the method we use. That's the method we recommend to all our clients. Jump on our website, get our process guide there. If you're looking for all the tools, we got all the tools, all the chemicals, all the kits lined up for sale at immaculatepaintprotection.com. I'm Bill. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you in the next video.